Hi, I'm Will Ellis. I'm one of the developers on ScopeSync, and this video is to give an introduction to what ScopeSync is and a bit of background to where it came from. So around a year ago we started work on this, and the initial plan was to just create a way of effectively replacing MIDI as a communication method between DAWs and Scope, particularly for use with Scope Modular. It's evolved quite a lot over the course of the last year, and now we're pleased to announce the initial public version of ScopeSync, which features a lot more than just a communication method. So to start with, I'll give a quick introduction to what ScopeSync is. So on the website scopesync.co.uk, you'll be able to get access to quite a lot more detailed information, but I'll talk through some of the top level points to start with. So what is ScopeSync? It's a framework for building devices on the Sonic Core Scope system. It includes a templating language for building user interfaces. There's a set of tools for defining parameters and all of the things associated with them and mapping them to user interface components and then across into high resolution control of scope. The layouts are defined using XML, so it's really as simple as designing a website, building a UI, so there's no need to delve into the guts of C++ coding just to build a new interface. And also there's a whole series of templates that could be used, so you don't even need to access the XML if you aren't interested in doing that. It also includes the high resolution control system that we built last year, so 32-bit control of all parameters in Scope modular devices, and if SDK builders want to use ScopeSync within their devices, they can and take advantage of that same control method. Also, there's a Scope modular module which allows you to build custom UIs to control your user patches. So at the moment that's a SS128A, which features 128 parameters, so you can control 128 different aspects of your patch using a layout of your choice. It means you can prototype new ideas in Scope Modular, and then if you want to convert that into an SDK module or get a friendly developer to do so, then that's very straightforward, and you can reuse the front-end design work that you've done. Similarly, as I mentioned before, Scope SDK builders can incorporate any of the modules and any of the functionality that we've built into their devices. It's all open source, which I'll come on to in a minute. Earlier on in the development, we built using Max for Live and obviously targeting Ableton Live. We've continued to support that, although a lot of the newer features are actually improved in the VST plugin version. It's worth noting that all of the front-end definition and all of the parameters definition is shared between the Scope module and the plugin module, so you only need to build things once, and it's available in both. And final point is that it's free and open source, so all of the code and all of the framework for this is available as source code, and there are no fees for using it. Obviously, if you want to use it in a commercial application, then just get in touch. So I'll just go on to talk a little bit about the source code side of things. I won't go into too much detail, but it's hosted on GitHub. So if you want to go and have a look at that, it's on the BC Modular ScopeSync GitHub page. In here you can raise issues with ScopeSync, so you can see a list of the open issues at the moment. Most of these are actually enhancements that we want to put in for the upcoming releases. You can have a look at what milestones are in there. So this next upcoming release is Black Dwarf. The next release, Black Star. So if we have a look at what's in Black Star, the plan is to add OSC support, and that's the main milestone element. Obviously, as we get close to that, a lot more items will appear in there. So if we look at what ended up in Black Dwarf, which was the parameter presets release, we ended up with 14 issues covered off by that. So the source tree is all accessible here. So if you want to actually look at how it's been implemented, or get ideas for your own work, then feel free to use that. And then in the releases page, you can see old releases. So here's the previous release, Blue Dwarf, details of that. Blitzar, which is the release before that. So that's a very quick overview of ScopeSync, and in the next video I'll describe how to install it and what to expect when you start using it.